Hi, thank you for joining us today. My name is Abhinav Gupta, and I drive strategy and engagement with partners in analytics and machine learning here at Amazon Web Services. In this session on trends in data lakes and analytics, I will share the importance of data, trends that impact the way we think of analytics, portfolio of AWS analytics services, and how customers are driving business outcomes using AWS platform. To begin with, let's ask ourselves, what do all these companies have in common? Apart from all being successful startups in the past 5 to 10 years, all of these companies have built their businesses on the foundation of getting value from their data. In other words, they have figured out how to put their data to work. And I would argue that none of these businesses would exist today without the ability to leverage data. For example, Airbnb depends on data to personalize search and recommend customized results to their users. Lyft uses data to track GPS location of their drivers and their riders and update their app in real time. Snap and Tinder use data to store user profiles, to serve up relevant ads, and have grown from zero to hundreds of millions of active users in a very short time. Data is at the core of how these companies are using it to run their business and is being a key enabler in driving industry transformation. Transformation has never been more critical than it is today, and the pace of disruption is increasing at an incredible pace. Recent study that came out of InnoSight, average life of S&P 500 companies used to be 33 years in 1964, declined to 24 years by 2016, and it is declining at a much rapid pace. It is predicted that it will be reduced to 12 years by 2027, and 3/4 of today's S&P 500 companies will be replaced by 2027. Think about the pace of disruption. Recent study of McKinsey came out that 9 out of 10 industries believe they will be digitally disrupted, and yet only 1 in 6 are ready and have a bold enough strategy to respond. As the saying goes, disrupt or you will be disrupted, and data is at the core of how these companies are using it to drive innovation. In the end, companies are trying to become a data-centric company. So let's take a look at this slide. It's a very telling slide, and it lists top 5 companies by market cap in the last 20 years. So if we look in 2001, the top 5 companies by market cap are 1 conglomerate, which is GE, 1 technology company, that is Microsoft, 1 oil and gas company, which is Exxon, 1 bank, which is Citi, and 1 retail, Walmart. If I fast forward 5 years to 2006, we have 2 oil and gas companies, 1 conglomerate, 1 technology, and 1 bank. If I fast forward another 5 years to 2011, we now have 3 oil and gas companies, 1 bank, and 1 technology. But if you look at 2016, a shift happened, and all of the top 5 companies are technology companies. They are what we call them as a data-centric companies. In other words, they're using data as an asset within their organization. And in 2019 also, the landscape is pretty much the same and was dominated by tech companies. So the question is, it is clear when you sell a product like oil. But when you are selling and collecting data, what are you selling and how do you make money? Let's take a look at the video from one of the CEOs of a technology company.
We believe that we need to offer a service that everyone can afford, and we're committed to doing that.
Well, if so, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
I see. That's great.
And it sums it up. Facebook, one of the largest social media platforms, uses user profile data to serve personalized ads and drive user engagement on their platform. So if data is so strategic, why aren't companies leveraging it? The challenge is traditional analytics approach don't scale, and it doesn't provide insights that companies need to drive innovation. So if you look at it, over a period of time, customers have accumulated a lot of data, terabytes, or some cases even petabytes of data, sitting in on-prem databases or maybe behind an ERP or CRM systems. You collected that data, did an ETL job, and ingest it into a data warehouse, whether it's a Teradata, SQL Server, or an Oracle data warehouse. And then you ran a reporting tool like Business Objects, Crystal reports, and in some cases, modern tools like Tableau. for visualizing it, and to make sense of data. And when you got more data, you got yourself more data warehouses. And challenge with that is that even at that scale, you started to have data silos and start losing 360-degree perspective of your customer, products, market, and whatnot. To give an example, if you want to derive insights from online buying behavior, you need to have purchase data and clickstream data that is coming from the website. The owners of those data sources may be two different teams within your organization. The owner of sales data may be in your ERP, and the clickstream data may be sitting with your marketing team. But the real insight comes by merging those data sources. So it's not just reporting on sales, but identifying users who visited these pages and clicked on 20 different products, and how much did that page influence conversions and revenue. Getting these smart insight means we need to break down those data silos. And this traditional approach failed to address trends we are seeing in analytics. As the new reality in analytics are, first, explosion of data. IDC, a market research firm, estimates the world will generate about 90 zettabytes in 2019 and 2020, more than all the data that's been produced over the last 10 to 15 years. And it is predicted to increase to 175 zettabytes by 2025 alone. So just to set the perspective, zettabytes is a trillion gigabyte. Imagine if you have a stack of Blu-ray discs to store the equivalent data. It can get you to the moon 23 times. Second, there is also explosion of personas. As customers are trying to democratize the use of data, it's not just business analysts, be it data scientists, data analysts, application developers, all are trying to get access to the data and make better data-driven decisions. And that means we as AWS have to be a lot more thoughtful about security, compliance, data access, so that we can help to break down those data silos of your organizations and really tailor it to everyone. And third, making sure insights are more real time. Gone are the days where customers had nightly ETL jobs that brought data into your data warehouse, and basically insights are 24 hours delayed. A lot of our customers want to make real-time decisions, and analytics is not an after-the-fact activity. It has to be built into everything that you do. And if you look at our strategy and tenets of our portfolio of analytics services, I would highlight these three. This is what describes our differentiation when you look at other cloud vendors in the space. First is each of our services is leveraging the unique architecture of cloud and is giving you the kind of benefits that only come from optimizing for the cloud. And the reason why we did this is because we thought over the fullness of time, the only thing that would matter to our customers is the cloud. So we might as well just design for it. Second, we saw as the amount of data that is generated is increasing, and obviously with volume comes variety. You're not only going to deal with structured, but also semi-structured and unstructured data. And of course, that being the case, relational database won't be the only tool in your tool belt for the development of applications and customer experiences that you need to do. And we felt that we would intentionally take the approach towards building purpose-built analytics tools. And third, that is unique about us is not only we build these services on behalf of our customers, but we run them. For instance, our retail business, Amazon.com, which is a $200+ billion business now, is an application that runs and uses our portfolio of analytics services to serve millions of our customers online. We knew from running those services that these are hard pieces of infrastructure to manage, to patch, to support, and to keep them available all the time. Every time customers lose sleep at night, it's because some of your traditional on-prem services are choking up on something. And we felt that it would be useful for us to take a task of managing it and let our customers focus on what really differentiates their core business. And you will find that all of our services are fully managed. And we have been at these for 10 years, and we have a lot more customers doing extreme scale use cases than anybody else. Therefore, they are battle tested, and customers will be really using these services that are production deployed by tens of thousands of our customers. And Cloud Data Lake is the future. So the way we think about data lake is, it is a single data store with virtually unlimited capacity. And as we continue to innovate on behalf of our customers, it is important we help you to bring these services in a cost-effective way, and the way you can scale your innovations as well. Given many different personas need access to data, and with different types of applications, you want to have a data lake with open file formats like Parquet or ORC, just to make sure you can leverage your data to drive insights. And then you have a number of use cases to analyze your data. Therefore, you need to have purpose-built analytics services to support several personas within your organization. Let's take a deeper look at our portfolio. So if we look at the picture and start from bottoms up, we start with Amazon S3 as our data lake. But if you just take S3 and throw some files in there, then I would call it a data swamp, not a data lake. Our goal is to get you to a true data lake. On top of S3, we have a service, AWS Glue, which is a fully managed extract, transform, and load service that helps you to transition from data swamp with a lot of information to a highly curated data, indexed in analytics optimized formats, catalog, so that it can be discovered, security being configured, and is made available to a variety of analytics use cases. AWS Glue is integrated across a wide range of AWS services, including S3 and Redshift, and is serverless, which means there is no infrastructure to provision or manage. Customers can use lake formation, which allows them to set up a data lake in just a few clicks from a single unified dashboard. This reduces the time to set up a data lake from months to days. On top, we have services like Amazon Redshift, which is the most popular and fastest data warehouse, and it keeps getting faster. With continuous performance improvements and optimizations, it is now 10 times faster than it was just 2 years ago. We now have added over 200 features in the last 18 months, including concurrency scaling, Redshift Spectrum to access the less frequently used data that is in S3, and many more. Amazon EMR is the industry-leading cloud-native big data platform, allowing teams to process vast amount of data quickly and cost-effectively at scale. Amazon Elasticsearch Service makes it simple to collect, analyze, and visualize unstructured and semi-structured machine-generated log data that is coming from websites, mobile devices, servers, sensors. For example, Autodesk captures 2 terabytes of activity log data across their applications every day and expects that to grow to 10 terabytes a day within the next few years. They use Elasticsearch Service to collect, index, and analyze those logs in real time to better identify trends and patterns for anomalies, so that they can resolve errors faster and improve the overall mean time to recover for their applications. AWS Data Exchange, one of the services that was recently announced at reInvent, makes it easy to find, subscribe to, and use third-party data in the cloud. It includes hundreds of commercial data products from category-leading data providers across industries such as financial services, healthcare, retail, media and entertainment, and many more. Amazon Kinesis makes it easy to collect, process, and analyze real-time streaming data so you can get timely insights and react quickly to new information. If you want to reliably store streaming data into data lakes, then you can use Amazon Kinesis Data Firehose. Amazon SageMaker is a fully managed machine learning service, and it allows data scientists and developers to build, train, and deploy machine learning models in production. Customers can use this service to build various advanced analytics use cases. Alternatively, customers can also use high-level AI services for implementing use cases like fraud, recommendation, forecast, video and image recognition, and many more. At Amazon Web Services, we have the deepest and the broadest portfolio of analytics services, and as a result of these advantages, there are more customers running their data lakes and analytics on AWS than anywhere else. For example, in financial services, we have customers like Capital One, Finra, Nasdaq. In media and entertainment, we have Discovery Channel, HBO, Netflix as some of our customers. In healthcare and life sciences, we have Amgen, Bristol Myers and Squibb, Pfizer. and many, many more customers across various industry verticals who are using AWS Analytics Platform. Now let's take a look at few customers' case studies based on trends who have built their analytics solution on AWS. For explosion of data, let me share a case study on one of our customers in financial services, Finra. Finra is the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, is a private sector regulator and is responsible for analyzing 99% of the equities and 65% of the options activity in the United States. Challenge for them was their legacy system did not scale well. In order to look for fraud, market manipulation, insider trading, and abuse, they needed to process up to 75 billion events per day and run complex surveillance queries over 20 plus petabytes of data. So Finra built their big data solution on AWS. They use Apache HBase on Amazon EMR, Amazon S3 as a data lake. As a result from migrating to AWS, Finra has created a flexible platform that can adapt to changing market dynamics while providing its analysts with the tools to interactively query multiple petabytes of data set. The company estimates it will save up to $20 million annually by using AWS instead of a physical data center infrastructure. For explosion of personas, there is no better example than sharing the case study on Amazon.com, where hundreds of teams are publishing and consuming data. As many of you know that Amazon.com builds and operates thousands of microservices to serve millions of customers. These include catalog browsing, order placement, transaction processing, delivery, scheduling, and video services, Prime registration, to name a few. Each service publishes datasets to Amazon's massive analytics infrastructure. We used to use Oracle RAC for our data warehouse. This had 50 petabytes of data with over 75,000 tables published by 1,800 different teams, while more than 3,300 consumer teams analyze this data to drive insights, identify opportunities, prepare reports, and evaluate business performance. Challenge for the Amazon.com team was that the on-premises Oracle database infrastructure was not designed for processing petabytes of data and resulted in a monolithic solution that was hard to maintain and operate. Also, it was financially inefficient, being statically sized for peak loads and lacking ability to dynamically scale for hardware cost optimization, with ever-increasing Oracle licensing costs. The new data lake-based solution utilizes a variety of AWS services to deliver performance and reliability at exabyte scale for data processing, streaming, and analytics. Amazon S3 is used as a data lake and Amazon Redshift as the data warehouse, which allows analytics end users to run complex queries and visualize results using services such as Amazon QuickSight. Further, Amazon integrated the data lake with the Redshift Spectrum feature, which allows users to query any dataset in the lake directly from Redshift without needing to synchronize the data to their cluster. As a result, after migrating to AWS, database costs were reduced by over 60%. Database administrative overhead were reduced by 70%, and performance of the most critical applications improved by 40%. The new analytics infrastructure has one data lake with over 100 petabytes of data, almost twice the size of previous Oracle data warehouse. Companies create value by making decisions from their data. The faster they can make decisions and take action, the better they perform against their competitors. The value of data diminishes over time, and to achieve a better customer experience, organizations need to work with the freshest data possible. For example, real-time clickstream analysis can process a user's behavior and respond back almost instantaneously with relevant offers and recommendations to increase customer value and share of wallet. The customer's attention would be lost if these recommendations are not available in near real time. Similarly, Epic Games, an American video game and software development company who built Fortnite, rely on real-time data streaming and analytics to ensure gamers are engaged. For the unfamiliar, Fortnite is set in a world where players can cooperate on various missions to fight back against a mysterious storm, or attempt to be the last person standing in the game's Battle Royale mode. It has become a phenomenon, attracting more than 125 million players within its first year. Given Fortnite is free to play, their revenue is coming entirely from in-game microtransactions, meaning its revenue depends on continuously capturing the attention of gamers through new content and continuous innovation. To operate this way, Epic Games needs an up-to-the-minute understanding of gamer satisfaction, helping guarantee the experience is one that keeps them engaged. They architected the analytics platform entirely on AWS. Epic collects billions of records on a daily basis, tracking virtually everything happening within the game. How players interact, how often they use certain weapons, and even the strategies they use to navigate the game universe. They store more than 14 petabytes of data in a data lake, which is Amazon S3, growing by 2 petabytes per month. It's a massive amount of information which Epic tackles through real time using Kinesis and batch analytics to detect any issues with the game. When the company introduces new elements and updates, they can use analytics to almost instantly learn how the Fortnite community is responding and then respond accordingly. As a result, they guaranteed gamers are engaged, resulting in one of the most successful games currently in the market. So how do we build momentum to drive analytics initiatives like Epic Games, Amazon, and Finra did? As I mentioned earlier, the amount of data available to us is exploding and continues to grow at an exponential rate. So the first step is to move and store your data in the cloud. And customers for the first time no longer have to worry about throwing away data they may need in the future. They can store everything they need cost effectively in the cloud. Next step is to use purpose-built analytics. Focus on innovation rather than the undifferentiated heavy lifting of managing hardware and software installation, configuration, patching, and backups. Customers can start building what we call a purpose-built data lake architectures, which includes modernizing your data warehouse. Modern data warehouse allows customers to query and analyze all their data in one place without dealing with unnecessary data movement and silos, and perform any type of analysis on their data on an as-needed basis. This allows customers to build data-driven apps, as you no longer have to worry about what were previously significant business blockers, such as global distribution, scale, and performance. Companies like Airbnb, Snap, Lyft, and many more needed to ensure early on that their infrastructure would scale globally without any performance bottlenecks to amount for the future growth of their users. Once organizations start to build data-driven apps and data warehouse running in the cloud, it frees up additional time and resources for organizations to look at new ways to innovate and provide their customers with differentiated products and services by using technologies like machine learning and AI. And once organizations figure out how to effectively use these technologies to get more value from their data, they're able to come out with new products, create new business models, and find new customer segments. And this will create a spiral effect and build what we call the data flywheel. All of this, including new apps, new data warehouses, new products, and services in turn create more data that can be stored and managed in the cloud, which will allow organizations to create newer capabilities and apps, get richer insights, deliver more innovative products, and as a result, to build real and sustained momentum with their data flywheel, and will help organizations to become data-driven. Not just startups, but all organizations today need data to drive decisions, like when to offer new product offerings, how to introduce new revenue streams, where to automate manual processes, and how to earn customer trust. All of these decisions can fuel innovation and drive your business forward. Data has gone from being something that was cumbersome and expensive to store to becoming the lifeblood of companies' business model. It is the new oil. With that, thank you for joining me in the session on trends in data lakes and analytics. Enjoy rest of the sessions.